We got Grant on the line. Grant, go ahead. What's on your mind today?
Danielle, how are you today?
I'm good. What's up?
Well, maybe you won't be so good after this call. Now, Danielle, the other day when the mask thing came out, I have never heard a talk show host whine about something so much in my life. Don't you realize that we're just trying to do the right thing for people who do have conditions? We're just trying to do the right things that they've done in other countries that have absolutely almost quelled the virus. It might be something we live with. And it's something that we don't have to do for the rest of our lives. I'm 63 years old. I have COPD. I've been wearing a mask out in public. I'm wearing a 3M respirator mask with an N90 filters plus the little cloth mask for going in and out of stores. And once everybody gets good to it, it's just a good thing for people. My second point is...
Before we leave that, I'm not going to cut you off. I'll let you say your second point. But I want you to understand that if you listen to my show, you'll know that I've looked at Sweden as the model. Sweden does not have mandatory masks. You'll also know my concern is that, as you say, it's only temporary. No one can tell me when we get to take them off again. And if you can tell me what will make you comfortable when we get to take them off again, then we can have a conversation about it. If it's zero on the entire planet, if it's not until we get a vaccine, then I think we're going to disagree. So you tell me, what does it take for me to be able to stop wearing my mask everywhere?
I can understand your point when it comes to that. But for right now, when we're in the crux of it, okay, we don't have that answer right now. So since we're in the crux of it right now, let's see. No, I can see people, if it starts going down, they say, no, we're still keeping the mask on. 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, something like that, I can see people getting irritated with it. But for right now, for what we know, it's one of the things that is going to help out the elderly, the preconditioned, and as it shows down in the States, how out of control it is down there. I just don't understand why people just can't take, once you get used to putting on these little masks around your ears and things, you don't have to have it on all the time. You can be outside socially. It's in certain situations. It just shows your fellow man that you do care about them, that you do care about what could happen to them if you are asymptomatic and you don't show signs, but you could spread it to people. Just empathy for each other just shows it more. Instead of, how are you going to keep it on top of kids? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Let's just try and do it. Let's support it and be positive about it, not so negative about it, just because we don't know when it's going to end.
Okay, that was point one. You had a second point you wanted to raise.
And just my last second point I wanted to raise. I know that you're a big, huge Trump supporter. But last time I talked to you about Trump, you said, well, the reason I support Trump is because he's going to help out with the oil and gas and getting that, because he's going to help out Alberta. Well, apparently not now that the Supreme Court, or they've got a law down there now that stopped the XL pipeline going down there now. Saying, how do you feel? And I'll let you answer this, and I'll get off the line for you. I know you have other guests. But how do you feel about Trump the other day saying he wished well wishes to the lady who was who's supplying the young girls to Epstein? He right from the podium, he wished her well wishes and all that stuff. So how do you feel about Trump now? Thank you, Danielle.
Oh, Grant, my goodness. I'm not here to be a defender of every single thing Donald Trump says. As you know, I care about accountability of the people that I vote for, my municipal leaders, my provincial leaders, and my federal leaders. My lens in analyzing the leaders of other countries is who is going to be best for Canada and who is going to be best for Alberta in particular. So I'm not going to answer that second question, but I will say that I still do believe that if Trump is reelected, we have an infinitely better chance of getting the Keystone Pipeline built than we do under Joe Biden and the extreme environmentalists who are trying to steer him in a different direction. So there you have it. You can be unhappy with my response all you like, but you know what? That's the only response I'm giving you. Thanks, Grant.